Texas hospitals now required to ask about patients' citizenship. What you need to know. Starting November 1st, Texas hospitals that accept Medicaid or Children's Health Insurance Plan, often called CHIP coverage, are mandated to ask patients about their immigration status per an executive order by Governor Greg Abbott. This directive aims to gather statistical data on how much hospitals spend on undocumented immigrants. However, hospitals cannot deny care based on a patient's response or lack thereof. Here's a breakdown of the key details. Do patients have to answer these questions? No. Patients are not required to answer. Advocacy groups like the American Civil Liberties Union, or ACLU, emphasize that while hospitals must ask, patients can decline to respond or simply state that they do not wish to answer. Will refusing to answer affect my care? No. Federal law prohibits hospitals from denying treatment based on a patient's response to questions about citizenship or immigration status. Abbott's executive order also states that care must not be affected by these questions. For example, Harris Health in Houston clarified that responses, or refusals, will not interfere with treatment at its facilities. What to do if you feel pressured to respond? If hospital staff pressure patients to answer these questions, patients can escalate the issue by speaking to a supervising nurse, guest relations staff, or a patient rights advocate. Complaints can also be filed with the ACLU using their online intake form. Why is this information being collected? Governor Abbott issued the order to determine how much money Texas hospitals spend treating undocumented immigrants, arguing that federal immigration policies have increased state health care costs. He contends that the federal government should reimburse states for these expenses. What happens to the information? Well, hospitals are required to track how often the question is asked and record patients' responses. However, no personal or identifying information is shared with state agencies. When are patients asked? The question can be posed at any point during the intake process. However, it should not impact the quality of care provided. Does this apply to urgent care clinics? No. The directive applies only to hospitals, not urgent care clinics operated by hospitals, according to the Texas Hospital Association. Are all patients asked regardless of payment ability? Yes, all patients, regardless of their ability to pay, will be asked about their immigration status. What if I don't speak English well? Patients who are uncomfortable discussing their rights or care in English can request an interpreter fluent in their native language. This new requirement has sparked concern among patients and advocacy groups, but it is essential to understand your rights and options when seeking health care in Texas.